Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Dragoon. Now, quick note before we get into anything, there are no shops here. So if you need potions, and I do recommend having some, you should have found more than enough as long as you didn't sell them all, but I would definitely recommend holding on to at least 4 healing potions and the healing breeze that we found. Other than that, let's explore Hoax. Let's see, this guy I think just offers the inn, which I don't need. And this person over here, protect against animals. Now it's stop people. Are you going to give us any insight on what that means to your city now? No, I didn't think so. And then we get another Angel's Prayer, which may be of some use. You probably don't need so many potions if you've played this game before. However, if you haven't, I definitely recommend picking up at least a few because you will need them. The next couple of bosses, while not hard, you know, in the future once you've played the game enough, they're not particularly easy the first time around because they employ some new tactics, and we'll go over there when we get to them. Anyway, so yeah, Dole is evil. Let's not do anything with him. Legendary Gigantos, Gigantos. I'm assuming it's supposed to be Gigantos, but I'm not 100% sure. Pretty strong warrior. Based on the fact that the name has giant in it, I'm assuming it's not just a pretty strong warrior. I'm assuming it's a very, very large individual and a very, very strong individual. Well, that's nice. I don't know why you have that line of dialogue. It doesn't really do anything, but... And oddly enough, this is... Well, no... I'll just shut up. I was going to spoil something. I won't. Indescribable statue in the back of the Volcano Velude. Oh, okay. Can I get past you guys there? Let's talk to this guy. Yeah, there aren't a lot of instances where they directly reference, you know, religion in this game, but there are a few, and that's what I was trying not to spoil, because if I am completely honest, I might spoil something, which I don't want to do. At the 7th Fort, or in the 7th Fort, if I learn how to read. Yeah, the 7th Fort, I'm not sure if they've mentioned where it is yet, but we'll be going there eventually. Unfortunately, we have to walk down the stairs for some reason, and walk up the stairs. Over here, we have Person. You've just boarded up all the windows and I can still see light. I think my answer, if you thought your house was completely secure, would probably be burning it to the ground. Not to be, you know, completely evil or anything like that. Though, if you do look at it from, you know, a logical perspective, you know, if you think it's completely secured, probably isn't. I don't think there's any way to completely secure something in terms of defense. Ah, the 7th Fort is in the marshland. And they're both big defense lines for the Kingdom of Basil. Well, that's good. Wonder why we'll have to go to the other one later. Rumor of a dragon. Of course they can't be alive. Sneak back here. And we get another healing potion. Yay. Yeah, the reason I'm recommending 4 is it is entirely possible to use 4 in the subsequent couple of boss fights. I probably won't use 4, but we'll get into that a little more once we get to those fights. Anyway, some money, and one of the strangest little sequences we get early game. This is Midwife Gilda. Oh, well yeah, we know that. Yeah, you can already see where this is going. And apparently Shauna's not opposed to the idea. Yeah, as you can see. Oh, would you look at that? Now, I'm trying to remember. I have two siblings. I'm the oldest. I believe my sister, who's the middle child, actually was born via midwife as opposed to in a hospital. So I actually have some kind of idea. I know this isn't particularly common nowadays, but it used to be. 20 years ago. Broke away. Yeah, well, we know about that. They're now at war with him. I wonder what made them change. Well, we'll have to wait a while to figure that one out. Time to get out of here. See, if only Shauna could do that in battle, she might actually be useful. She's got some martial arts skills. Come on. He got drop kicked. Anyway, that's a complete waste of time, but it is so much fun. Now, to get back out of here, you actually have to go kind of over to the left a little more than you might think, closer to the screen, so kind of slightly confusing. Now, yeah, let's go talk to this guy. Can never remember how I'm supposed to talk to this guy. Can I actually talk to this guy? No, I guess I can't. I remember talking to him in the past, but oh well. Yeah, and for some reason you can walk across this plank and get stuck. Well, you're not technically stuck, but you can't go anywhere with it, so I don't know why it's really there, but... Oh, I think we only have one more person to talk to, and then we can move along and talk to somebody else, because plot. Let's talk to you. Get out of town. You gonna say why? Oh. Oh well. Anyway, fireplace, meaning Stardust! Yay! There's one more Stardust in this town. However, we can't actually get it until we continue with the plot, so I guess this is as good a time as any. Let's go do that right now. And in order to do that, we just need to head in here. And here we'll meet... Who are we gonna meet? I'm assuming the guy in charge. Kaiser, that's right. Can't remember if they've mentioned his name or not, so... Your mistake. Yeah, it seems to be dragging on Lavitz's mind quite a lot, especially considering the fact that he's, you know, talked to other people either in the kingdom, i.e. Albert, or, you know, now another commander, knight, guard, whoever the hell he is, I don't know. The leader of the guards or leader of the knights, whatever. Can't stop until our dreams come true. Two powerful helpers. Well, that depends on perspective. If you give Shauna some attack items, then yeah, she's pretty powerful. If you don't, not so much. Head of the 8th Knighthood. Getting all into the strategy right off the bat. Smart guy there, Dart, for once. Yeah, the dragon. We've already met the dragon. Well, a dragon. That makes sense. And if they're bringing a dragon, that shouldn't be too hard to spot from, you know, a number of miles away. Oh. And the game likes to be sexist. So they decide, oh, Shauna, let's put her in the kitchen. Oh well. I'll be mean. I like being mean to Shauna. It's funny. based on Lavitz's mother's personality, I think she would give compliments to pretty much everyone for something. She seems like a really nice old lady. Dart gets no food. I actually don't think it matters which one you answer on that, because the conversation with Lavitz, I don't think it's exactly the same, but it does play out the same way, and I think either way, Shauna does not feel happy at the end of it. Aww. And apparently all three of these guys have no idea what they're doing. Anyway, now he tells us to go take a look around Hoax, which, of course, you know, we don't need to do anymore. And Lavitz is going to stick around here and go over the battle conditions. Just like Fort Condor in Final Fantasy VII. Going over battle conditions. I don't know why I thought of that. This sequence has nothing to do with the Fort Condor sequence, other than the fact that it's in a fortified area. That's pretty much it. You two get along now. Yeah. Alright, now, don't leave the building, because I want to go back and get the Stardust. Can I get... I want the Stardust, go away! Alright, now the Stardust we couldn't get before, which is stuck behind you. Aww. Of course. Let's talk to Lavitz here. Seen enough. Yeah, we've got everything. 2 Stardust, the healing potion, the Angel's Prayer, and the 20 gold. I believe I got them all. That's what my list says anyway. We're fine. Let's just go through her. We're all good to go. I don't even need to rest because I've already done that. And I'm close enough to full health. Oh, up here. Now, I probably could have come and talked to this soldier earlier, but it's not particularly interesting. They're just soldiers. They don't have any interesting dialogue. Oh, you can trust us because I have credentials. Start has no credentials. It's just, he's in the fort already. I trust that, you know, someone had said that he was supposed to go up there. A night raid. Huh. Rest before the night and then stay up all night and be guards. Sounds like fun. Yeah, we get some interesting little owl sounds. I don't know what that other rumbling in the background is. Oh, those in the forest. It's proof that nobody is in the forest. Well, not exactly. Oh, you're gonna go grab something. Of course. Alright, let's go get some food. Apparently we're bored already. The one thing I do like about this... Silence? Yeah. The sequence doesn't drag out for too long. I actually wouldn't have minded if Dart and Lavitz had another kind of, you know, bromance little sequence where they, you know, talk about how much, you know, they're getting along because they're, I don't know, natural friends or anything else. But no, the enemy is attacking! Ow. Yeah, the one up there, he gets killed and falls on another knight. I shouldn't find this funny, but I kind of do. I'm an asshole. Deal with it. Yes, sir. Alright, now we need to counter the enemies who somehow got over the walls and jumped down 40 feet. Let's fast forward through animations there. And here we are. 2 bland enemies. They have about 40 HP a pop, I believe. Harpoon. Now, I think I went over it already. I made sure that I would get Volcano for this sequence. specifically so that I could work on a new edition through all these battles. I think I only had, I think it was 7 or so uses of double slash left in the last part there, and I wanted to make sure I got rid of all those so that wouldn't be wasting them. Because I'm going to attack a lot in this sequence. I'm not just going to have one battle against bland, generic guys. And he's going to attack Dart again. Now, this isn't a boss fight, but I am going to do some guarding here because the next fight is kind of annoying. So I'll do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, all healed up. Just want to make sure I go into the next fight with full HP, or close to. And that there, where it did the little flash thingy and turned to red, that is known as a counter. And that was what I was trying to show off at the end of the last video, and just couldn't happen to get it. But there it is. And that will only happen with editions that have at least 3 button presses. So it won't happen to Lavitz with his harpoon, nor will it happen to his next one, which has 2 additions in it. It's never the first one, and it's never the last one. That's kind of a rule of thumb. And this is a Sandora Elite. And Dart's going to go take this guy out by himself. Alright, let's go take this guy down. Pretty cool that he's carrying his sword with him, and apparently Lavitz is so much better than me that he cleared all of his enemies and got all the way up here in order to help me out. Which is a good thing, because this guy, he's actually pretty strong. There's no point in using items against him. He's strong against normal attacks. I'm just going to rotate the camera a little bit, or maybe not. I like to kind of have a side view of my characters and the enemies while I'm doing the additions. I find it's the easiest to work with, but it's not particularly important in this case. Yeah, as you can see, he counters. If you hit, say, X button when you're supposed to hit circle button, or, you don't time it right, your enemies, in the case of a counter, will actually attack you back, and you'll take a little bit of damage and you'll be thrown back. And as you can see, Lavitz has substantially lower magic defense than Dart does. So he's going to be, I don't know, a little harder off in this fight. So unfortunately, this guy uses that attack quite often. That kunai knife does absolutely nothing. I wouldn't worry about that in the slightest. This guy is Darkness Elemental, if that's important to you. And he doesn't just do what he's been doing lately. He's going to do some other stuff. And we'll kind of move into there, when we get to it. I'll have to stop this battle before we get to the end. Well, not the battle. I'll finish this battle, but I won't get to any subsequent battles because, unfortunately, the video's running long and I probably shouldn't have even gone into the sequence, but oh well. I wanted to get at least a jump start on it today. Taking my gloves off. What does that mean? He's going to activate his super secret technique, which is Shadow Clone Jutsu. Now, in this case, one of them is real, one of them is not. In my experience, it usually seems to be the one on the left is the right one the first time around, and on the next one, it's either the middle one or the right one. Usually the middle one in my case, though I've seen it happen in other situations as well. So that's how I'm going to base my attacks. And if it has damage, you got the right one. If it doesn't have damage, you won't get the right one. So let's attack him again here. You do want to take this guy out without losing too much HP, because subsequent battles are going to be a bit of a pain, even compared to this guy. Well, they can be, and I'll explain a little more about that when we get there. There are ways around difficult fights in this game if you're properly prepared. So like I was saying there, in my case, it's usually, the correct one is usually in the middle on the second attempt, so let's try that. If not, you won't see any damage, and that'll be it. Ah, and I got the right one. Awesome. At this point, I'm going to start guarding with Lavitz because he's a little lower on HP, and continue attacking with Dart, just because I want to keep my HP up, because it's a big gauntlet of enemy fights and boss fights. And that was all he had to him. Look at that. That one can be difficult if you don't know your additions all that well, and he keeps doing his green flame attack, because that does quite a bit of damage, specifically to Lavitz. And Lavitz learns Rod Typhoon. Nice. Anyway, that's all the time I have for this episode of Let's Play Legend of Dragoon. Next time, we'll figure out... Okay, this time we'll figure out who's that. It's a giant. Anyway, that's all for this episode, and I'll see you guys next time.